So there's something that happens, most of us in the sales industry, we focus on the product and the purchaser, and we forget that we ourselves has a part to play in closing a sale. So today we'll be looking at selling, the power of sales. But the power of selling we'll be looking at today is from the perspective of yourself as a salesperson. Those things about yourself that you need to do to shift your mind, those things you need to do to align your mind with the possibilities of closing sales easier. That is what we'll be looking at today. So just like we gave an instance now about the mind, it's funny enough that some of us that are we together? Are we together? Some of us don't really have big pictures when it comes to selling. Some people just want to sell and just make a commission as small as possible. They just want to sell and make any commission of any amount. Whereas some have big pictures in their head. Some people are already thinking of aspiring to earn big commissions in millions, hundreds of millions. But the point I'm trying to make is that the size of your result is dependent on the picture you have painted in your mind. Selling, irrespective of your marketing, irrespective of the product, your result starts from the mind. Your ability to sell starts from the mind. So a lot of people, when they hear about some of the incentives that we give, some of the awards, some of the trips like the international trip, they want to, they want to be part of those success stories, but they are not ready to pay the price. They are not ready to do what it takes. I think there's a lot of movement here and there. There's distraction in the hall. Please, let's pay attention. Are we together? Let's pay attention. Okay, thank you very much, media. So we're saying that your ability to sell as a sales executive, even as a high performer, is highly dependent on the state of your mind. The mind is an engine room. There's this lantern that we used to use many years ago. It has a base. It has a base where you put kerosene. Then it has this rope and the globe, the glass globe. So when you put your kerosene, you light the rope and the light starts shining. Do you remember that lamp? So you see, most times when you light, when you light the rope, you're saying that the light is on, illuminates the darkness. But what powers that light is in the base, is the kerosene. It is not seen. But how long that light will shine, how bright it will shine, is dependent on the content of that base, which is the kerosene. So without that kerosene, there won't be light in your lamp. That is how your mind is. What you feed within your mind is what is going to give you the result you are going to get. But let's proceed. So there are a couple of factors that has to do with our characteristics, with our behaviors, that impact our productivity as sales executives. We have talked about the mind. First of all, most of us that are here today are here because we want to sell real estate and make money. Most of us here are here because you have seen the success stories, you have heard a lot about real estate, how successful you can be selling real estate. But the thing is that sometimes some of us are not patient enough. We're not patient enough to reap the fruit. We are not eager to do the work to get the result. So we just feel like you can jump into real estate today and be successful tomorrow. But there's a lot of work to be done to get to where those people you are seeing that are being celebrated, there's a lot of work you need to do on yourself to get to where they have gotten to. So even if you're in real estate for the sake of wealth creation, you need to know that your mind needs to be prepared. And one way that you can prepare your mind to excel in real estate as a sales executive is to equip your mind with information. Is to equip your mind with information. The size and capacity of your mind is highly dependent on the information that you feed yourself. Let's say, for instance, you're the type that consistently, connect with people that are high flyers. You connect with people that sell. You connect with people that make a lot of, money or revenue from sales. You start aligning your mindset, your thought process with the way they think, the things they do, the way they act, places they go, the kind of action plans they take. These are the things that are going to, start expanding your possibilities, expanding some of your activities, expanding your thought process. Because the truth is that some people don't still believe in some of the possibilities that exist in this business that we are doing. Some people, when they hear these testimonies, when they hear stories of what people have benefited from real estate, they ask, is it real? There are some of the promos that we run, and we have to come and advertise it. We have to come in front of everybody to give the awards so that people can see that these things are real. Sometimes we go as far as asking the beneficiaries to say a little bit about how they were able to win those things, because there are still people that say, this thing is staged. But you find out that those people that see success stories of others and paint negative pictures about those success stories end up not getting to those heights. If your mind is small, your productivity will definitely shrink to match the size of your mind. If you believe that you're going to make 100 million naira commission between now and December, that is the capacity you have created. Before you know it, your mind will start shifting your thought process, your actions, your relationships, your conversations to align with that target you have set for yourself. So if you paint a big picture, your mind will help you. Just like we talked about somebody that wants to buy a bone straight, your mind will start showing you where you can buy it, places where you can buy it, people that sell it. You will even see people that sell it on loan. So it will give you possibilities around that picture you have painted. Your mindset influences your choices, and your choices, the choices you make, shapes your realities. A lot of us, like a part of the next thing I'm going to take in the next slide, a lot of us, you know, don't see the importance of the choices that we make, which takes us to the next point, which is the power of responsibility. People don't know that the choices they make shape their realities. Let's take, for instance, every Monday we have trainings. Every Mondays we have trainings. And during these trainings, there are lots of impartations, knowledge transfer. But it is not everybody that finds it needful to be in the training on Mondays. So you see that those that are committed always come for the Monday training. Those that are committed, we want to come for site inspection. They want to come and gather products knowledge. They want to get to know more. Those that are committed, they are making choices like they want to read books, they want to watch videos, listen to podcasts related to the business they are doing. They want to attach themselves to the successful realtors, successful marketers, those that have made money in the business. So these are little choices that you make that will shape your reality. But some of us, we don't take responsibility. We blame and blame and blame and blame people, blame the economy, blame the product, blame the company for not selling. So if you are here and you have not sold for a couple of months, can we now look at it this way? The reason why you have not sold might not be because of the product. It's not because there is no money in the economy. Yes, there's money everywhere. If you walk around, in fact, if you drive from here, which is, even though Sasol is quite developed, if you drive from here to Happy Bite, you will see lots of constructions going on. So people are building, people are buying properties. So how then are you not selling? Those people that are buying properties, they are buying from somebody, they are buying through somebody. Those that are building, they are getting money, they are building. That means there's money in circulation. So what then is the reason why you are not selling? So, but if you are the type that blames the economy, I'm not selling because economy is tough, election is coming, politicians are saying, because there are people that do analysis, analyze the reasons why they are failing. There are people that do a lot of analysis to justify the reasons for their failures. So somebody will now come up and say, the reason why I'm not selling, clients are not buying, clients are saving money because they feel that the 2027 election is going to be brutal. There will be bloodshed. So clients are no longer buying. People are saving money. People are saving money because they feel that political unrest in River State is making investment chances unstable. People are not buying because they feel the site is not cleared. People are not buying because the coordinator, or have not sold because the coordinator did not give me flyer. I've not sold because sales department did not assist me. So, but if you look inwardly, you see that there are some of the actions about yourself that is contributing to the reasons why you have not sold. So when you take responsibility, you stop blaming. You stop blaming the economy. You stop blaming your partners. You stop blaming the company. You stop blaming the product. You ask yourself, have I really prospected enough? There's a saying that for every one sale, chances are that you have prospected to 10 leads. For you to make a sale, you need to generate at least 10 leads. So it's more like 10 is to 1. So have you been prospecting enough? I used to tell people that in this business of sales, you need to live the life of an evangelist. You need to make selling a lifestyle such that anywhere you are going, at every point in time, prospecting is a way of life. For you to be able to sell in a week, you should be able to generate leads consistently. For those of us that don't understand what I mean by leads are prospects or contacts that you have generated with the intention of following them up for marketing or to sell to them. They are called leads. We have cold, warm, and hot leads. So three factors that are common with people that never take responsibility. One, they blame. Number two, they give excuses. They give excuse. The rain fell. That's why I couldn't come for training. I couldn't go for site inspection because of rain. Sometimes they even miss appointments. They give excuses why they are missing appointments with the client. They give excuses why they have not done proper follow-up. Some people even go as far as generating deletes, but they don't follow up. They give excuses, no data, no call card, one reason or the other. You're always giving excuses for the reasons why you're not selling, for the reason why you're not following up with your client. They are complaining about one thing or the other. No, enough, they didn't give us enough flyer. The boss did not come out for marketing. You are always complaining, but you're not looking inward to ask yourself, what am I really doing to see that I'm selling? What am I really doing to see that I'm selling? So a lot of us generate leads, but you don't follow up. A lot of us don't even generate enough leads. I've spoken to a couple of persons, and when they tell you they are not selling, you ask them, okay, can we look at the clients you are following up? Who are you following up? So some of them will now tell you, I have this client I'm following up that's interested in Go Town. I have this other client that is interested in Oku Prime or Magua. I now ask them, okay, fine. The client that is interested in Go Town, what's the client saying? They will tell you, I've been following up for weeks, I've been following up for months. He keeps saying he will get back to me. Okay, what about the next person? I've been following up. He said there's money he's expecting. Then who else are you following up? You find out it's only 2 or 3 persons you are following up. So as a salesperson, if you have a limited number of people you are following up a time, your chances of selling is reduced. Do you understand? Your chances of selling is reduced. So you need to consistently generate leads. Do we understand? So there are two types of people. There are two types of people when it comes to mindset with relation to selling. There are people that see possibilities, expand possibilities, and there are people that see problems. Let's say, for instance, you're trying to sell a house in Go Town, and maybe the sales coordinator or your team lead gives a target. Say, this week we are going to sell our target. Maybe the branch manager has given us a target of selling 50 plots or 20 plots this week. Do you know that there are people that the moment that is announced, they will start creating impossibilities around that solution or around that task or around that objective. They start telling you the reasons why that thing cannot be achieved. So there are people that when something is announced, when a goal is announced, when an objective is announced, all they see is the reason why that thing cannot be done. So these are people with fixed mindset. People with fixed mindset see impossibilities. And there's something with impossibilities. Let's say, for instance, please, Mr. Chikwe, step forward. Let's say, for instance, now, Mr. Chike, I think I've given this instance before, Mr. Chikre has a precious stone. And this precious stone, somebody calls on Miss Rose, please come. Somebody calls on Miss Rose to come and take this precious stone from Mr. Chikere. Somebody that has a fixed mindset starts by seeing the reasons why she cannot get this precious stone out from Mr. Chikere. So let's assume now you have a negative mindset, but you don't. Fixed mindset, but you don't, in Jesus' name. So if Mr. Chikere is a giant, maybe Mr. Chikere is the tallest young man in this complex now. He has macho, he's tough-skinned, he doesn't smile, he has big chest, he's very mean, and you are asked to get this precious stone from him. Can you create in your mind reasons why this cannot work, or reasons why you can't get this precious stone from him? Tell us reasons why you cannot get it.
First of all, like you said, he's big. So I will now, as I saw him now, look at her. In my mind, I said, this man is big now. I mean, they send me to come and meet for this man to kill me. Look at his height. Look at his hand. Look at his leg.
So reason number one is that he is possibly going to deal with you. Yes.
Beat me properly because I cannot even stand him.
Reason number two.
His strength. When looking at it, I was assuming his strength.
He has more energy. He has more strength than you.
His energy.
Yes.
Double of mine.
Yes. Reason number three.
If I even make attempts, this might be.
Thank you. Keep standing. Sorry. So he possibly does not like women. So sending you is even a suicide mission. Why are you guys laughing now? I should not use that example. That's why he's not married. They say that's why he's not married. So it's possible that Mr. Chikere does not like women. No! I said dark women. Okay. So it's possible he doesn't like dark women. So it's been established by everybody in the world that he likes women. So it's possible he doesn't like dark-skinned ladies. So even sending her is a suicide mission. So it's possible that he doesn't like. Okay, we've already said that. It's possible that he's not the type that likes interacting with ladies. It's possible that maybe he's not in a good mood as it is now. It's possible that he's a violent type. You understand? So your mind start building negative possibilities, impossibilities around that. Your mind start telling you reasons why it will not work. So there are people like that. So even when your pastor tells you, write something you want God to do for you, right there as you're writing it, your mind is telling you why that thing will not work. That's why some people don't even believe. Even in prophets, they don't believe. So when somebody comes and tell you, do you know that you can sell 20 plots? Do you know you can sell 20 plots between the 1st of July and the end of July? You will say yes so casually. But within your mind, you are telling yourself it's not possible. First of all, where I want to see the client. Where I want to see the client. How do I see the client? How do I convince them? I'm not outspoken. I don't know how to make presentation. Where do I even start from? How is it possible for me to sell, for one person to sell 20 plots in 1 month? You are seeing negativity around it. And the moment you paint negative pictures, those things will remain. Those things will remain. And it will work against your result. But then, somebody else comes and decides to approach the situation with a positive mindset. Please come, my sister. Come. Please, let's clap for her as she comes. Stand this way. So this sister now has a positive mindset. And we have asked her to get the precious stone from Mr. Chikere. Will you be able to imagine ways or reasons why it's possible to get it from him? We are going to help you. So tell us ways or why you think it's possible to get that precious stone from him.
I think he's a human being.
Yes, I love that.
He's a human being. And I will not go straight to taking the stone from him because that's a target.
So get the first point she made. Is a human being. So is a mind. What she just said now is a mindset. It's just like you saying, Femi Otedola is the richest, one of the richest men in Africa. He's a human being. After all, how many heads does he have? How many heads does he have? So if she needs to take this, he's a human being. So me too, I'm a human being. Yes.
Then I will not go straight to taking the stuff from him because he's actually the first target. The first thing I think I should do is to create
Please,
an
another
environment
mic,
where he
another
can
mic, another
actually
mic.
feel free with me, not going straight to take the stuff. He ought to be free with me first.
So you see how her mind is creating possibilities. Second solution is that she wants to soften him. Soften him maybe by applying relationship tactics. So they start laughing. They exchange phone numbers. They start texting one another. You know, she's beginning to create possibilities around this same person that we have seen as being difficult. All right.
Then after creating the pure environment, then I can actually go for my target.
Amazing. Please, let's celebrate her. So now, in creating the possibilities, what if that precious stone he's holding, he has held it for too long and is willing to give it out? What if it's a burden to him? What if in his mind he sees it as a curse? There are so many other reasons why that thing can be done. There are so many, just like when I talked about this strategy, I call it the rat strategy. So when you see a rat run into your room, the first thing that runs to, for those of us that are scared of rats or rodents, the first thing that runs to your mind is that, it can bite you. It can bite you. We say, okay, kill it. You say, if I pick up that stick and hit it, what if I break my television? But somebody else is thinking, I can actually put rat gum. Oh. I can actually do tosa rat poison. I can actually set this metal trap. So, but the thing is that for every problem, there's always a solution. Then for every problem, there's always a reason why the problem cannot be solved. So it is up to you to decide which way you want to go. Thank you very much. Please, let's celebrate them. So there's a policy I call the 5 whys. The 5 whys. If you can do this, if you can do this practical for yourself, you'll be able to find out where your problem is coming from. One is, if you have not sold, let's say for instance, you've not sold for 6 months, ask yourself, why have I not sold? Why have I not sold? Could it be, in asking yourself, why have I not sold? Start putting up some write-ups as they come into your head. Could it be that I'm not marketing enough? Could it be that I'm not generating much leads? Could it be that the approach I'm using to talk to clients is wrong? Could it be that I don't have enough product knowledge? Could it be that I'm talking to the wrong persons? Could it be that I don't have enough mentorship? Could it be that my team leader is not supporting me well? Or could it be because I don't attend Monday meetings? So just take a pen, write out so many reasons why, starting from yourself, forget about the external factors. Things about yourself that you feel are contributing for the reasons to the reasons why you have not sold. When you itemize all of them, ask why. For which one, each one you're writing, I'm not prospecting enough, I'm not generating enough leads. Ask yourself, why are you not generating enough leads? With this, you'll be able to narrow down to the root cause of your poor productivity. You'll be able to narrow it down. So please do that exercise and you see a lot of change. So we said that people who have fixed mindset always expand problems, expand the reasons why the target cannot be met, expand the reasons why they are not succeeding, expand the reasons why they keep giving excuses and expand the problems. Whereas people who have positive mindset always explain why things are going to work, how things can work, how they can create paths to the solutions. So let's look at the next factor, which is the power of association. The power of association. It's in this business that we do. What determines how much sale you can make in a month, what determines the volume of revenue you can generate is the quality of networks you have. In fact, the quantity and the quality of networks you have. Every salesperson is supposed to be a networker. For you to be a successful salesperson, you need to be a networker. As a networker, you need to be able to socialize. You need to be able to connect with people. You need to learn how to start up conversations. You need to learn how to, in every environment where you are, spot out the opportunities that are in the environment where you are. Let's say, for instance, you go out for lunch. You go out for lunch, you go out for an event. Right there at the event, you're beginning to scan people that have the capacity to buy the product you're selling. And while you are scanning those people, you are asking yourself, how do I start up a conversation with them? Yesterday, I was somewhere, and right there, I was able to even generate about 5 leads right on the table where I was. I connected with 5 persons, got their contact. So wherever you are as a sales person, you need to, at every point in time, generate networks. There's something I've learned in life. There's something I found out that people don't easily climb to the top. People are lifted to the top. People don't easily climb to the top. People are lifted to the top. So you need to be mindful of the quality of associations you build around you. Even in this business that we are doing now, who do you go out for marketing with? Who do you consistently gist with? Who do you consistently connect with? What environment do you find yourself? What environment do you position yourself? Do you intentionally position yourself in an environment where you can see and connect with the people that buy your products? Because that's one of the things that is important in this business. There's something I read online, or sorry, a video I watched online about a coffee seller. There's a particular shop that sells a cup of coffee for $100. Just a cup of coffee for $100. Then right opposite that same coffee shop, there's another coffee shop that sells the same cup of coffee for $2. And somebody walked up to these other guys, asked them, you're selling a cup of coffee for $100, and your neighbor right in front of you is selling a cup of coffee for $2. What is the motive? He said the people that come here to buy coffee are not actually buying the coffee. They are buying an opportunity, a space to sit with the next great man around there. So when you see some realtors go to Presidential Hotel, go to J Signature, they sit down there, buy a bottle of malt, buy a bottle of water, buy a plate of food. They are not buying that food because they don't know any other place to buy the food. They are buying an opportunity to network with the people around there. There's actually a divide between the rich and the poor. There's a divide. It is just there in the economy, such that the rich want to do everything possible to see that the poor don't come close to them. And one of that strategy is price segregation. So in that environment where they will do everything possible to see that you don't come into their midst, you don't come into their environment. So they raise the price of their services, they form clubs to segregate whatever that will make you come into their midst. But sometimes when we pray, God brings us into their midst, either by chance, somehow. So when you find yourself there, there are two things you can do. Two things you can do when you find yourself in the midst of high net worth individuals. One is to find a way to connect with them. Second thing is to find a way to remain in their midst. How do you remain in their midst? Find a value you can give. Find how you can give value right in their midst. I told a story some time ago of an association that I went for their meeting. And right in that meeting I went for, there are professors, doctors, high net worth individuals, captains of industries in that very meeting. And during that meeting, they had another, the national president was speaking from Lagos. And these guys were now watching on the screen, just like the projector, watching on the screen the national president. But they had other members joining from other parts of the country, and they were using Zoom. So during that meeting, I observed that the people watching from the hall there on the screen wanted to see the speaker, but they were not able to, spotlight. I think that's what it's called. They were not able to spotlight the zoom of the speaker so that they would see him on the screen. So somebody was speaking, but they were not able to see the person on the screen. Rather, they were seeing the pictures of every other person. So right there, that was my first time of attending that meeting. I went to meet one of the person that invited me. I told him, see, there is a way I can make this thing for us to see the national president on the screen. I said, you can do it. I will be looking for a way to do it. I said, yes, I can do it. I said, okay, who is the admin? Who is the person coordinating from the laptop? They showed me the person doing the control from the laptop. I went to the person. I said, please, do you mind if I assist? So they gave me the opportunity. I looked for it. I told them who is the admin or who is the host. They told me the host. I said, please let them make this person a co-host. They reached out to the person, chatted them, and they made the person a co-host. I clicked on it, and I did spotlight, and the picture, the video of the president from the headquarters flashed on the screen, and they were like, "Wow!" All of them, "Wow, wow!" So they asked her, "Who is that young man?" Because that was my first time. Who is that young man? Then I said, "Let me bring him." So the man was like, he was the one that brought me. So after that, oh, good to see you. They said some started asking my name. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So there are things that you can actually do, even connecting, even within the midst of the high net worth individuals. You can still try. There must be something you can contribute to their midst that can make you remain there. The only thing that can make you remain is if you can add value to their midst. But by all means possible, try as much as possible to network with people, high net worth individuals, connect with them. Your association determines your allocation. I've said that. So let's look at a couple of things that quality associations can do for you. Number one is mind elevation. Mind elevation. Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. So when you are intentional about the kind of people that you bond with, the kind of people that you consistently communicate with, it will change your thought process. It will change your pattern of reasoning. If you are always balling with people that believe that it is possible to sell 100 plots in a month, you will see the possibilities. You will see what they are doing that makes there something that gives them mind that believes that they can sell 100 plots in a month. You will see what they are thinking. You will see what they are doing. You will see the reason why they believe it's possible. Before you know it, you start believing the same thing with them. So if you're bonding with people, just like in Capital City now, those of us, there are people that every year they qualify for international trip. So what exactly are they doing to qualify for international trip? You're always going out for marketing with them. You're always sitting with them. You're discussing with them. You find out how are they selling? How are they doing their own business? It will start changing your thought process. It will start changing the way you reason. It will start changing your approach. It will start changing your strategy because you are connecting with them, and they will sharpen you. You will sharpen your strategies as well. It gives you access to better opportunities. By the time you connect to one person that is in a very good organization, let's say, for instance, just like Mr. Sandavas. Mr. Sandavas belongs to a couple of associations. There was one that he took us to when he did a presentation. I think it's a football club, Share Football Club. Right there in the Share Football Club, you can see a lot of Shell staff as football members. Now, inside the football club there, each of them also belong to individual clubs too, individual associations. Some of us here belong to Rotary Club. You just go for your Rotary Club meeting, but you don't try to take value out from that meeting. You don't try to take value out from the people in that meeting. In your Rotary Club, there are cooperative presidents there. There are cooperative members there from different organizations. But how have you leveraged that? So being with valued networks can give you access to opportunities. It can give you access to rooms that ordinarily you yourself cannot enter. But it's until you are able to leverage such opportunities. Just like I was telling Mr. Sandavas, I was talking about Mr. Sandavas now. The fact that he is in that very club where all these guys are, through each of them, he can access any other association, polo club, whatever other club they belong to. You can have access to several other rooms, and that increases your chances of selling. Character and reputation development. They say the kind of people that you align with, the kind of people that you communicate with, shapes your character. It shapes your behavior. It shapes your decisions. So if you are constantly communicating, balling, dining with people that are not selling, you will just be okay not selling. You will just be okay not generating revenue. If you are constantly balling with people that the target they have for themselves is just to generate 10 million naira in a month, you will still be okay with it. So if you are balling with 5 rich men, if you are balling with 5 successful realtors, you will become the 6th successful realtor amongst them. So you need to be intentional about the people that you surround yourself with, because you consistently feed your mind with information, their attitude, their character. It influences you, influences the way you behave. It's a faster learning curve. Because of these people that you have around you, you get to learn the things that they know. You get to learn the things that they know. There's something that I observed by consistently communicating with my GM. There's something I found out that at every point in time, she's discovering organizations that do trainings. At every point in time, almost every weekend, GM is online doing one training or the other. One training or the other. So sometimes you now find out that because you are bonding with her, you are finding out series of organizations that can do free trainings for you. Let's assume that you are balling or consistently communicating with one of our media persons, and you, by the time you, let's say for instance, yeah, you are discussing with or you make your closest friend. For the next 1 month, you constantly go out with Mr. Before you know it, within the next 1 month, you will become an AI expert. You probably become a good video editor. Probably become a good graphics designer. There will be an automatic transfer of knowledge from that person you are communicating with. So it's a way of transferring knowledge. It's a learning curve. So one indirect way of learning is by surrounding yourself with people that are learned. So if you intend to, for instance, if you intend to be an expert in making videos on social media, you now ask, who is the person in capital city that is constantly making excellent videos? You start going out with the person. Next time the person wants to go and make a video, say, please, can I go out with you? You go out with the person. Let me hold your camera. By the time you follow them, there was a time Pamtech came to capital city. They visited capital city, and they visited our Go Town estate. And our media department, did some videos. So if you're spending your time, spending your energy, you need to be mindful of what you are spending it on. Now, attention is another resource that a lot of people don't take seriously. People that are making money on social media, all they do is draw attention to themselves. Attention is a resource that if you can leverage on it well, you make money in every industry where you are. For instance, you want to sell a house, you need to be able to draw attention to that house. That's why you are running sponsored ads. You are selling with one, you need to draw attention to your product. That's why you run sponsored ad. If you're a musician, you need to draw attention to yourself. That's why even musicians, after coming up with their tracks, they start advertising it. So your ability to draw attention to yourself determines how much revenue you can generate. You draw attention to yourself, you draw attention to your product. So as a realtor, how often do you post on social media? That same social media you go and spend your time watching others. How often do you generate content that others can watch you? There are ladies here that consistently dance on TikTok. So you dance on TikTok and your DM is full of traffic. People are private chatting you, DM you. That is a lot of resource, is attention. But you need to translate it to resources. So when those guys are drawing attention, you are drawing attention from those your dance videos, and they are coming to your DM. How do you utilize that opportunity to sell? So if you're a dancer, if you're the type that you have certain things you display on TikTok, on social media, find a way to synchronize your product to it. Do you understand? So, but people just go there just because they want TikTok to pay them. But TikTok can actually pay you, and you can actually sell your product at the same time. So this is how it flows. You should spend your time and energy drawing attention to your products in order to make money. Do you get it? Spend your time, your energy. Let's say, for instance, the person dancing on TikTok. You're spending your time and your energy dancing on TikTok, drawing attention to yourself and your page. You should be able to use it to generate money by selling your products. So let's look at the power of execution. And this is the last one, the power of execution. One of the challenges that people have is lack of or poor execution. A lot of people go for trainings. They train, they train, they train. It does not end in the acquisition of knowledge. The most important thing is the usage. So people go for trainings, make lots of notes, but they don't utilize what they learn. They don't practicalize what they learn. If you check yourself from January till date, how many trainings you've attended? For each training, one of the best ways to take something out of every knowledge acquired is to add an action plan to it. Add an action plan to it. If possible, for every training you go, every knowledge you acquire, always add an action plan. So when you go for a training, you learn something. As you're learning something, before you conclude in that chapter or whatever, add an action plan. This is what I must do. That action plan is your execution plan. So you don't end up acquiring knowledge and not using them. It's totally a waste. So some of us, you know that it is important to prospect daily. It's important to generate leads, but you don't do it. You know it's important to go for marketing, but you don't. You know it's important to acquire knowledge about your product, but you're not doing it. So without execution, there's no result. No matter how much knowledge you acquire, without execution, there is no result. Execution is the ability to consistently do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. So that thing that needs to be done, do it and do it as at when due. In sales, many people know what to do, but fewer actually do them. The difference between top performance and average performance is not knowledge, it is execution. It is the discipline of turning plans and knowledge and intentions into consistent action. So from the trainings we've had today, put down some action plans. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do this week. This is what I'm going to do today. This is what I will start doing. And when you're putting your to-do list, there's also what not to do. From every training, you should also find out what are the things I've been doing that I need to stop doing. And common enemies of execution, one is procrastination. People procrastinate a lot. So you keep procrastinating. There's a particular client you need to follow up. You say, I will call him later. I will call him later. Oh, there's a client you need to go and visit. I'll visit him later. You have been planning to go and make a video in GoTown. I will go later. I will go later. But you never do. Procrastination is very bad. Next one is perfectionism. So you want to wait for the perfect time. You want to do that thing when you can do it and have it perfectly done. That's why you have not made any video of any house, because you're looking for the time you can make a very perfect video. There's never a perfect time. Refusing to act until everything is flawless. Just do it. Just do it because you are giving excuses. You're justifying failure. In conclusion, commitment is doing what you said you would do long after the mood in which you said it has left. So after this training now, a lot of people will say, I'm gingered now. And my morale is high. Your morale will be high on Monday. On Tuesday, the morale is still high. On Tuesday, the morale is high. On Wednesday, it has become medium. Thursday, it has started slowing down. Friday, Saturday, by Saturday, the morale is off. It's totally off. And that's why we have these meetings every Monday. So if you want to remain committed, you want to remain consistent, for those of us that have not sold, keep coming every Monday.